All right, this is the pastor and his brother with all the answers because we about to give y'all our top 10 music lists, baby. And
hell yeah.
That's right. That's right. So, hey, when it comes to music, I have no problem with saying that especially you put the two Svensson brothers together and we have all the answers because, I kind of go off track a little bit with some of my music stuff that Jared doesn't listen to. In fact, Jared, I think as we've grown older, I wouldn't say our musical taste necessarily, but definitely the albums that we buy, there's less and less overlap. Isn't that crazy? Because it used to be, we would have CD exchanges where everything you listen to and everything I listen to, we would just swap like 50 discs. And
yeah, but I think though there's a core of really good albums that there is a good bit of overlap with.
Yeah,
I think. Well, we'll see when we talk about our top 10, but I suspect we'll have some commonalities, maybe.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like you're definitely more the R&B guy.
Yeah.
And I hate R&B, and I like metal way more than you do. So yeah, there's definitely some divergences, but we both definitely appreciate hip hop. We definitely appreciate indie rock and then punk and emo and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, so without any further ado, did I say that right? Without any further ado, or is it just with? Yeah, without.
You said it right.
I always say the saying's wrong.
You got that one right, so I guess you got lucky.
I said for the first time ever, I said, well, that's par for the course. And
Ever?
Yeah, it was the first time I ever said that.
I don't know why. I'm like the worst when it comes to like cliches. Like I say them probably way too much.
What's great is when people our age not only start saying like old dad jokes, but I have peers that are starting to say grandpa jokes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have reached it, baby. All right, so
real quick though, there's two sayings that I've said in my classroom. I get like crickets. One is close but no cigar, and the other one is put that in your pipe and smoke it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know where they came from, but they're old school for sure.
Dude, I remember one of my first years of teaching, I asked the kids if they had ever heard of the cartoon. I think it was Flintstones, and there are some kids that had never heard of the Flintstones. I was like, good gosh. All right, my number 10 is "Celebrate" by Tiny Moving Parts. What's your number 10?
Can I elaborate just a little tiny bit?
Yeah, sure.
I just discovered this band last week. It was in Stereo Gum's top new artist of the year. So I just got it. I'm blown away by it. I sent it to two of my metalhead friends. They love it. The band's called Astronoid.
Yeah.
The album is called Air. They call themselves Dream Thrash. It's super cool, super good. Even if you don't like metal, the vocals are very beautiful and poppy, so check it out.
Sweet. And I'm going to take a guess. Don't tell me, but I'm going to take a guess that this album is on your top 10. It may not be, but "Celebrate" by Tiny Moving Parts. It's just crazy. It's like it's really consistently good through the whole thing. It's aggressive, but it's not screamy aggressive, but it's really good, man. I had way lower expectations when you recommended it. Actually,
thank you for that.
For me. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I'm not into the new old school emo. I'm just like they already did all that and it's good, so I'll just listen to my old Sunny Day. All right. My 9 is "Goodness" by Hotelier.
I need some brick and mortar. Took a swing and shot and cuts. Made a wrong turn.
My number 9 is Jeff Rosenstock's Worry.
Worry. What is that all about?
Jeff Rosenstock was in a band called Arrogant Sons of Bitches, which is a really cool ska band like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Then he was in a band called Bomb the Music Factory, or Bomb the Music Industry, and it's really cool, catchy, like pop punk ska. His new stuff's more indie rock, but very poppy, awesome lyrics. Check it out.
Sweet.
Stop the day, hold on, look at the billboards that smother the air till you can ignore them.
Yeah, Goodness by Hotelier, it definitely was a grower like you told me. But man, it's good. I even like some of the experimental child sing-along crap that they're doing between songs. I'm like, man, that's even good. All right, my number 8 is Signs of Light by the Head and the Heart. And for those of you that have listened to the first Head and the Heart, that just really, that album was worth the blowing up that it did. It really had that indie, folky, I guess, Lumineer feel, but you kind of felt like they had a little more credibility because they weren't so mainstream. Well, they have gone mainstream. Their album before this was a kind of a step in the pop direction that they just jumped all the way in, but it is genius. If you like pop, you like sing-along stuff, get this.
Is that their best album, do you think?
I actually like
their
them.
first album.
Yeah, I would say this is probably my favorite, and then maybe their first.
Okay.
It knows just where my heart should be. The city of angels. City of angels.
All right, my number 8 is Mitski Puberty 2.
Oh, yeah.
So it's female-fronted indie rock, pretty cool stuff. Excellent songwriting.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it is good. Didn't make my top 10, but good. My number 7 is Beyond Control by King's Kaleidoscope. Honestly, Chad Gardner is a musical genius. It's pretty unbelievable. For those of you that I would just say, if you're into good music, at least listen to this on Spotify. It is absolutely shockingly good.
Sweet. My number 7, I discovered from Pitchfork put out their top, I think, 40 shoegazer albums of all time. This one actually came out in 2016, a band called Nothing, and the album is called Tired of Tomorrow. Super great shoegaze. Check it out.
Sweet. Number 6, we start getting into the hip-hop. Still Brazy by YG. I'm telling you, he is badass. I love it. Oh, my gosh. Dude, you got it. I mean, sorry, but with where our political climate is at, he's got a song that is called FTD, but the chorus is F Donald Trump, and it's just...
Well, I think it's FDT.
What did I say?
I said FTD.
Oh, yeah.
Like the florist.
Yeah.
It's not in my top 10, but I totally agree. That's an awesome
exactly.
hip-hop album. Probably my second favorite hip-hop album of the year. So, it's like good.
Fight me outside, fight me outside. I just do my dance and cup my pants and twist my fingers with my hands.
My number, was it 6? Is Stage 4 by Touche Amore.
Oh, nice.
My current favorite hardcore band. I've seen them live a couple times. This is a really lyrically powerful album. It's about how the lead singer dealt with the death of his mother.
Sweet. Yep, I like that album as well. Didn't make my top 10.
Mighty God, blessed, keep you forever. Grant you peace, perfect peace.
Number 5 is, I guess you pronounce it Blanco by Dave Bazan. Dave Bazan never ceases to put out unbelievable music, and I would say every song is good, but there's like 4 or 5 songs that's just like, good gosh, how can this guy keep creating unbelievable music like this?
I concur. I mean, it's not in my top 10, but I definitely really enjoy that album. I think it's my favorite post Pedro David Bazan album.
Yeah.
Although fewer moving parts, that EP I think I might like a little bit better, but definitely Blanco's right up there.
Yeah.
So for me, a new band called Big Thief. The album is called Masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
It's a female-fronted indie rock again. Really, really cool. I love her vocals. Excellent album.
All right, and number 4 is Schoolboy Q, Blank Face. It's he's one vulgar mother effer, but stuff is you just can't shake. It's badass hip hop, and he's a smart dude. I love the. I was talking to another hip hop connoisseur, and he's right, man. When you can mix tough badass to like really intelligent lyrics, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I definitely like that album a lot. Not in my top 10, but my third favorite hip-hop album of the year for sure.
3 different pages going up because I'm cracking. Trying to turn $1 to $1 million. How what's happening? Orange laces for my shoestrings.
For me, number 4 is a blast from the past, old school Weezer, White Album. Their last 2 albums are really, really good. I mean, for me, post-Pinkerton stuff wasn't that great. Green Album was okay, but the 2 most recent Weezer albums are back. I mean, they're really, really slick albums. So nice. White Album, check it out.
Nice.
And now there's no more hyperventilating in wheelchairs. We're gonna save the livestock on phone calls.
Well, number 3 is my third hip-hop album, and that's actually, I feel honored to say, a friend of mine, Derek Minor. Reflection, gospel-centered lyrics, and I'm telling you, I could not. This album was just shocking, and he actually even has, as a part of one of his songs, BJ the Chicago Kid, which is really cool that he has. This guy's worked with Kendrick Lamar and Kanye West, but Derek Minor, he just outdid himself. Every single song is like a hit. There's a lot of rap albums where you've got your 3 unbelievable songs, and then everything else kind of seems like the leftovers. Not with this one. Every song is gold.
Is it like a shift in direction or style, or it's pretty consistent with his older stuff?
No, yeah. It's. I told him, I was like, look, it just seems like you just went you're like a creator. Like, I mean, it's just so. I don't want to say out of the box because it's very listenable, but it's just not the same old, you know?
What's the point of being famous if I can't be the person that I was made to be? Shining the light of the Lord and 100% mine, and that's okay to me. I came up from nothing, I leave it with nothing. 2000, I Kobe, I shoot at the buzzer. That negative wave, that's the discussion. Kill all the hate and I leave it for buzzers.
Well, believe it or not, I have a hip-hop album in my top 10.
What?
My number 3 album is Aesop Rock Impossible Kid.
Nice.
My favorite hip-hop album of the year. He's an amazing lyricist. Basically, he did all the music himself. He wrote this entire album. I think he was in a cabin in California. He's suffering from depression, so he really speaks a lot through his lyrics, and just an amazing, gifted, talented songwriter and rapper. Love it.
Sweet.
Picture plane. Go to where the radio trails off and people catch rabies on the way to their mailbox under a sideways rain, cornering the briar, still pull a broadsword.
Well, my number 2 is the White Weezer album.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just, dude, it's just got to be, I think, the catchiest stuff Weezer's ever done. It's just, it's jaw-dropping catchy.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you that.
You hit the ocean and you turn California.
And my number 2, we have some more commonality. My number 2 is the Hotel Year Goodness.
Yeah, sweet.
So I'll echo everything Joey just said. It's just an amazing album. Definitely a grower. Excellent songwriting. And if you ever get a chance to see these guys live, go. They are absolutely amazing live.
Sweet. And my number 1, can I get a drum roll? And it is, and I know this isn't Jared's number 1, Blonde by Frank Ocean.
I was going to guess that.
Totally
going to guess
just
that.
So good.
Round your city, round the clock. Everybody needs you. No, you can't make everybody equal. Although you got buku family, you don't even got nobody being honest with you.
This dude is so awesome. And I thought originally, too, I was like, you know what? This album is so creative. It's so good. There's like 3 unbelievable songs, and the rest of them, they're okay. But I think the rest of them were songs that I just had to get. And that is so uncommon with R&B to where you're so out of the box and you're so creative that you have songs that you really have to figure out, like, what is he trying to do? You know, similar to me, the experience of hearing Me Without You and then going to see them live. When you heard their first album for the first time, you're like, what are these guys trying to accomplish? Then when you see them live, you're like, that's one of the best bands ever, you know?
Yeah, it just totally clicks.
Right.
So going back to that album, I mean, that's the only R&B album I bought this year. And honestly, I haven't listened to it too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Channel Orange a lot. So if I want to get back into this album, what song do I go to first?
I would say, you know me, I don't.
Well, White Ferrari, people were raving about that song.
Yeah, my song is Pink and White for sure.
Pink and White, okay.
Yeah, Pink and White is my favorite. I definitely like White Ferrari, but yeah, Pink and White is the best.
I will definitely check those songs out.
Yeah.
Because I know, I mean, it's getting mad props everywhere. And like I said, I liked Channel Orange a lot, so I need to go back to that one.
Yeah.
And my number one, drum roll. We have even more commonality, tiny moving parts.
Dang!
Number one, baby.
Nothing's ever good enough. Nothing's ever good enough. Nothing's ever good enough. The weather's never.
See, I was thinking that was going to miss your list. I did not
Oh,
anticipate
man.
that. Oh, my
No,
gosh, you
it's
surprised
just-
me.
Every single song is tight, anthemic. I hate to use the word, but very emo. Just in their lyrics,
Yeah.
it's sincere, it's heartfelt. I just feel good when I listen to it.
Yeah, that's cool. And so I didn't tell you to do this, but I've got 5 albums that they're not. I can't even say they're honorable mentions. All I'll say is I just started listening to them, so I think that all 5 of these have the potential of bumping some of mine out of the top 10, and I'll just name them real quick. It's Tribe Called Quest, Solange, Lamb Chop, Bon Iver, and my man Devin Shelton's R&B album that hasn't even come out yet is just unbelievable. So those 5 albums I haven't listened to enough to know for sure whether or not they fit in the top 10, but very well may bump some out.
And I kind of did the same thing, actually. So for me, I would say the second best metal album for me was Cobalt, Slow Forever. Super sick black metal vocals, but very, very sludgy. Really love the guitar sound for that. Also, I'm not a huge metalcore guy, but the new Norma Jean is really, really good.
Yeah. So,
Like for a non-metalcore guy, I like that a lot. I also liked the new Modern Baseball Holy Ghost was good. Direct Hit, Wasted Mind, very cool satirical pop punk. Car Seat Headrest, Teens of Denial is very pavement, lo-fi.
I gotta get
And then
that.
lastly, Moth by Chairlift, really cool avant-garde pop. So those are my honorable mentions.
you know what's funny is I think I accidentally didn't think about Chairlift. That may have made my top 10. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. All right, well, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Jared would prefer the word bitches, so Merry Christmas, bitches. Hey, you are very welcome. Now go out and buy all these albums, man. You will not be sorry.
I hope you